Let's move on to announcements and presentations. Joanne, thank you.
Coffee with Dads is returning to the library beginning this Thursday and continuing every other Thursday through May 7th from 6 to 7 p.m. This discussion group is for fathers of young children who want to make connections with other dads, learn from shared experiences, and understand your child's social and emotional development. Funding for Coffee with Dads is provided by First 5 San Mateo County and Star Vista. Circus of Smiles will visit the library on Monday, February 3rd at 6:30 p.m. These incredible performers juggle, flip, and transform into a variety of comical characters. It's appropriate for all ages. On Saturday, February 8th, the library will host 2 programs to improve your Microsoft Office skills. From 9 to noon, the focus will be on Microsoft Word. Get hands-on experience in using all the features that come with this powerful word processing tool. Then from 1 to 4, learn how to create seamless presentations using PowerPoint. Please RSVP for either program by calling the library at 650-616-7078. These programs are supported through grant funding provided by the U.S. Institute of Museum and Library Services. And finally, the Father-Daughter Dance will be held on Saturday, February 22nd from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. here at the Senior Center. Tickets are available at the Rec Center office. Enjoy dinner, dancing, and receive a commemorative photo with your daughter to remember the special night. Thank you.
Thank you very much for doing that. On item E, can I either have the city manager or Mr. Tan, and this is in regards to the CWEA. Item E, the award. Just very quickly, what we received with the city, along with the city of South San Francisco. Thank you.
Sure. To the mayor and the council, on Friday at 6:30, there was an award ceremony in Alamo where the joint water treatment plant that's jointly ran by the city of South San Francisco and the city of San Bruno received an award as the outstanding mid-sized water plant of the year. It's a very distinguished honor to receive that award. That's a plant that we jointly fund with South City. It offers many benefits. One, economies of scale, but also we do not have to bear the burden of operating it, nor the burden of the capital, managing the capital projects. So that is handled by South City, but we do pay our share for operations and capital expenditures for that plant.
Thank you, Jovan. And then item F, receive community grant from the San Bruno Community Foundation. Emily.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and members of the public. I'm Emily Roberts, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to come before you as the new president of the San Bruno Community Foundation. I'm honored and excited to be in this role supporting our community this coming year. As you know, the City Council, created the foundation to administer the $70 million in restitution funds received from PG&E as part of the settlement from the 2010 gas pipeline explosion. With these funds, the foundation and the city have partnered on a series of projects that benefit the San Bruno community in many different ways, and I'd like to note a few of those here. They include the foundation's lead sponsorship of Community Day every year since 2016, the installation of flashing beacons at 5 crosswalks around town as part of the Pedestrian Safety Strategic Initiative, the construction of the Florida Avenue Park, 4 innovative public safety projects, and I'll name them: the emergency shelter supplies, critical facility site assessments and incident training, police mindfulness training, and procurement of a mobile command vehicle, through the First Responder Effectiveness Initiative, and of course the design and construction of a modern, community-focused recreation and aquatic center here in San Bruno Park. We're proud to partner with the city to make these community benefits a reality for all of us. In addition, as you know, the foundation created the Community Grants Fund in order to share some of the restitution funds with local organizations, including programs of the city of San Bruno, that form the lifeblood of the San Bruno community and are doing important work to improve the quality of life here in our city. Tonight, I present the city with its 5th community grant since we started the program in 2016. For the third year, the foundation is funding a community grant to the city in support of its sister city exchange program with Narita, Japan. The city was among a competitive pool of grant applications that the foundation received by the September deadline. A review panel of volunteers, including community members and individuals with grant-making and nonprofit experience, reviewed and evaluated these applications and ultimately recommended that the board approve 29 grants. The foundation board approved this slate of grants in December in a total amount of $300,000. We're thrilled that YouTube and Google.org has partnered with us once again, the foundation, to fund the community grants. They're funding $100,000 of the $300,000 pot this year, and so we're very grateful for them. On behalf of the Community Foundation, I'm pleased to present the City of San Bruno with a grant check in the amount of $8,000 to support the San Bruno Narita Sister City Exchange Program, offering a cultural and educational exchange between Parkside Intermediate and Narita Middle School students. This grant will specifically fund a portion of the costs associated with hosting the delegation that comes here in March from Narita, and providing a need-based scholarship to one Parkside student who would otherwise not be able to attend due to financial constraints. The foundation is thrilled once again to provide this financial support for the global experience that benefits not only our community here in San Bruno, but also internationally, right, with Narita. And we look forward to the special celebration of the 30th anniversary this year of the Sister City Friendship. Thank you.
You're going to want to check.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And this check will be quickly handed over to the finance director, so I do not lose it. And thank you to the foundation and to the program. As you mentioned, it is the 30th anniversary, so a long, successful program, and so that will be very helpful. Next item under announcements, item G, receive report and review status of local emergency related to repairs to Crestmore Canyon and continuing declaration of local emergency. City manager, or I'm sorry, Mr. Tan.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council. Objective tonight is to provide a brief presentation on the update of the Crestmore Canyon Slope Stability Project. So since our last council meeting on January 14th, we've made some additional progress on the project. Here's a slide that shows the various progress that's been made since January 21st. So on the 21st, the contractor Hillside Drilling mobilized their equipment on site. The next day after, they performed the clear and grubbing by removing brushes around the location where the permanent wall is to be installed. The contractor also potholed the 4-inch gas mains that was located underneath the sidewalk. On the 23rd, they performed pothole to determine the depth of the 230 kV electrical duct bank, which is along the westbound lanes of San Bruno Avenue. 3 potholes were performed to determine the depth, and this was a requirement by PG&E representatives. And on a Friday, the contractor conducted pothole to determine the depth of the 24-inch gas line, which is on the eastbound lanes of San Bruno Avenue, and also the requirements of PG&E. So the same day, on the 24th, the contractor performed the work starting on the hillside area. Yesterday and today, the contractor began drilling the holes for the pier wall, and installation of the steel beams commenced. So staff from a geotechnical engineering firm, Contractors and Associates, is also on site performing the data inspections, as well as city staff. And the contractor will continue to work at the hillside area the remainder of the week and also the next few weeks. So currently there are traffic control measures in place, and at times there are intermittent stoppage of traffic as needed during construction activities, and residents driving through the area should use caution and drive slowly as there are large equipment on site that is being used for the project. I do have some pictures that I want to show you from the work activities here. This is a potholing operation work. On the left picture shows the contractor digging to locate the 230 kV, which is that trench paving area that you see over there. And you see on the right, a guy in a hole measuring, potentially will be measuring the depth of the utility. This is the drilling rig that's on site right now. It's a very large rig. It's going down, the drilling, it's going down about 50 feet in distance. I think this rig can go down as deep as 120 feet is what I was told. So you see some pictures of the drilling rig operation there. That's the truck, that's the steel beams that were delivered on site. These beams are 50 feet in length, and which will be, right behind that truck is the crane, which will hoist the beams and then insert it into the holes that are being drilled by the other rig that you saw earlier, and then the concrete is filled into those holes. So, if you drive along San Bruno Avenue, you see the one lane, which is the closest to the hillside, it's blocked at all times for all these equipment. There's a picture you see on the left where the crane is holding up the steel beam as it's going to the or is being inserted into the hole. And on the right-hand side, that's where the concrete truck is pumping the slurry into the hole after the beams are inserted. So the work, again, will be continuing along here until we think the project will be completed around early March is what we're anticipating right now. So we'll continue to provide you with an update as we have them next several council meetings. So that's all I've got. Any questions?
Thank you. Any questions from council or
Just one question.
comments?
Jimmy, has there been any type of erosion since the initial, back a month ago now? Has there been
No.
any concerns with the rains that we continue to have with seeing any landslide?
Not at all. I think staff has been observing the area since the last erosion event, and we haven't seen any more erosion in that area. What we actually did was we actually placed markings on the soil, and we go there 3-4 times a day to try to make sure that the markings are still in its original location as we marked it. So there hasn't been any additional erosion in that
Good.
area.
Good to hear. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?